the delivery dates of Social Security benefit payment, and fourth stimulus check update for $1,400. We have got all the latest details, all the exact details. Today in this video, we'll be going to answer some of the really important questions regarding stimulus check update. Will there be a fourth stimulus check? If there is a fourth stimulus check, how much will be the exact amount? Who will be eligible for the fourth stimulus check? And when will the fourth stimulus check will be sent out? How exactly they will be distributing these checks? And what will be the impact of the fourth stimulus check right here into the economy? And what are some of the reasons which might go against a fourth stimulus check? These are some really important questions regarding fourth stimulus check, and we'll be also going to cover all the specifics, the details, the amount, the exact dates, as we are getting tons and tons of details. However, guys, quickly before we start this video, make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe to our channel. Let's get right into all the details. Alright guys, I wanted to make this video very specific to the point, so there won't be too much of a trash talk. We'll be going into the specific details. So talking about the first most important question, will there be another round of stimulus check? Will there be a fourth stimulus check? If you do a simple little poll, just comment down yes I need stimulus check or no I don't need it. If you do this simple little poll, the majority of people will likely answer yes, we definitely need another round of stimulus check, because currently due to the inflation, the rising cost of goods and services has caused a lot of suffering to Americans. Stimulus check is the possibility which can help improve the overall well-being of Americans. When people have more money, they are more likely to be able to afford things like healthcare, education, childcare, and this can lead to better health, more education, more opportunities for children and families. Another aspect of stimulus check, when people receive money from government, they are more likely to spend it, which can help increase the jobs right here into the economy, ultimately boosting the economic growth. When typically people receive their stimulus check, they do spend it on to the buying goods, services, and this will create a surge of selling of products. Ultimately, this will lead to manufacturers manufacturing more items, and this will create more jobs right here into the economy, giving the boost. Stimulus check can also help reduce poverty. Stimulus check can help provide the much needed financial assistance for people who lost their job or had their hours reduced, ultimately reducing poverty, boosting consumer spending, nurturing economic growth, ultimately helping stimulating the economy. But speaking about some specific details about stimulus check, we have got all the details regarding possibility of fourth stimulus check, the amount of the stimulus check, and eligibility requirements for stimulus check. Now, speaking of the possibility of fourth stimulus check has been a subject of much speculation in the recent months, because there is a strong desire for people to receive help, and some experts believe that it is likely while others believe that it is unlikely. Now, the Biden administration has not yet made a decision about whether or not to pursue for a fourth stimulus check. And speaking of the amount of the stimulus check, if let's say a fourth stimulus check is passed, amount of the check could be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 or anywhere in the ballpark. The amount of the check will likely depend on number of factors including state of the economy and amount of the money which is available for the funding. And it's also important to note that if government allocate too much money, it will cause unlikely more inflation. It is a sweet spot. They must send out the exact amount of money that people will not store into their bank account. They must spend right here into the economy. So that is the important aspect to analyze. And also there is a eligibility requirement for stimulus check. Some people believe that stimulus check will be for everybody, for all the people. But here's the thing guys, in specific scenarios, they might send out a specifically highly focused stimulus check for a specific group of people like low income, fixed income beneficiaries, people receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI benefits, VA, or they might implement a simple income requirement criteria. Now, the eligibility requirement for a stimulus check could be similar to those we have seen in the previous stimulus check. Now, in the previous stimulus check, it would be likely available to all the taxpayers. So whether or not you pay your taxes, whether you file your tax return or not, regardless of the income, it is also a good possibility. However, guys, it's also possible that eligibility requirement could be stricter. So they might implement certain income requirements like for example, people earning $50,000 to $75,000 or below that, which would mean fewer people would be eligible for the stimulus check. Based on some historical events of stimulus check distribution, if they were to approve a fourth stimulus check, let's see how much will be the exact amount. Well, the amount of fourth stimulus check is still unknown. However, previous stimulus check have been ranging from $1,200 to $1,400 per person. So any amount between those kind of ranges is a good estimation. Who will be eligible for a fourth stimulus check? Well, eligibility requirement for stimulus check considering the previous stimulus check have been sent out to all the taxpayers. So whether or not you file the taxes, they can still provide you the money for the stimulus check regardless of your income. That is also the possibility if economic conditions condition worsens over the period of time. Now, how will fourth stimulus check will be distributed? Well, distribution method for the fourth stimulus check, considering previous check have been sent out via direct deposit or via mail. If this round were to be approved, similar criteria will be the case. And most important aspect is timing. If the stimulus checks are issued during time of economic hardship, they are more likely to receive the attention. For example, stimulus check that were issued during pandemic received a lot of attention as people were struggling financially due to pandemic. Another aspect is the political climate, whether politicians are realizing the need or not. If stimulus checks are issued during time of political turmoil, let's say elections, they are more likely to receive attention. For example, stimulus check that were issued during 2008 financial crisis received a lot of attention as financial crisis was a major political issue that time. And also, if stimulus check received a lot of media coverage, they are more likely to receive attention. For example, stimulus check that were issued during pandemic received a lot of media coverage, and pandemic was a major news story at that time. Now, based on the eligibility requirements in the previous stimulus check, those people eligible for stimulus check, you must be US citizen or US alien, having valid social security number. IRS can also use the information from taxpayers' returns to determine the eligibility of the amount. It's not necessary to file the tax return in order to receive the stimulus check. Speaking of the amount of the money in the stimulus check depend on the person's income filing status. For example, single filer adjusted gross income up to $75,000 received $1,200 check previously. Married couple filing jointly with adjusted gross income up to $150,000 received $2,400 check, and for each dependent under age 70, taxpayers received additional $500. So for government, it's very important to allocate the amount of money, the right amount of the money to individuals based on the eligibility requirements and other kind of a criteria. And what is the other side of the equation? What are some arguments against the forced stimulus check? Now, there are both sides of argument basically in favor and in against the forced stimulus check. Now, arguments for a forced stimulus check that it would provide much needed relief for Americans struggling with rising cost of living. It would boost the economic growth by putting more money into people's pocket, and it will reduce the poverty, boost the economic growth in the end. Now, arguments against the stimulus check include it would be too much expensive to send out the stimulus check onto the federal level, so they might implement it to the specific group of people, a highly focused check to reduce the expenses of a stimulus check. If government were to send out stimulus check, it might discourage people from working, but here is not the case, guys, because we have seen in the history sending out stimulus check is basically a one-time help. It will not basically a entire lifetime money. It's a small $1,400, $1,600, whatever amount. So I don't think that should be the case. And many experts argue that it would lead to inflation. So if government were to allocate too much money to stimulus check, it can lead to inflation. However, I wanted to ask this very important question to you. If let's say government has two options, they have to save dying economy, economy which is dwindling down right here into the deep dark period of recession. Now, do you think this government will think about inflation? Will sending out stimulus check cause more inflation in that scenario? No, definitely not. In that case, government has primary job to save the economy from deep dark recession, to recover the economy, to save the economy, save job losses, put money into the people's bank account. That's the most important thing. Therefore, I don't see that inflation would be against sending out stimulus check. Based on the current economic situation, none of the stimulus check have been approved, but these are some estimation. These are some key indicators that we must watch to assess the possibility of fourth stimulus check. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe to our channel, and this is Kedar. I'll see you in the next video. This was my honest attempt to provide you all the latest news, all the latest details that will benefit you, your monthly checks. So guys, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to our channel if you liked it, and stay tuned for all the latest news by clicking onto all the bell notification. And this is Kedar from How To Guys. Check you out in the next video.